the pain you never asked for. Let me ask you something. What if the pain you are feeling right now is not here to destroy you, but to prepare you? What if the nights you cried alone, the doors that slammed in your face, the people who walked away, the dreams that fell apart? What if all of it is shaping you for something far greater than you can see right now? Because pain is never random. Pain is never meaningless. Pain is a language, and most people quit before they learn how to understand it. You didn't choose this pain. You didn't ask for the struggle. You didn't wake up one day and say, "I want my heart broken, my confidence shaken, my life turned upside down." But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching for meaning. And that tells me something important about you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are becoming. Pain is the classroom no one volunteers for. Nobody signs up for pain. No one says, "I hope life knocks me down so I can learn something." But pain is the classroom that teaches the lessons comfort never will. Comfort makes you lazy. Comfort makes you complacent. Comfort lies to you and tells you that where you are is good enough. Pain doesn't lie. Pain strips you down to your core. Pain shows you who you really are when everything familiar is taken away. Pain reveals your limits and then dares you to go beyond them. Think about it. You don't grow when things are easy. You don't evolve when everything goes according to plan. You grow when you are forced to adapt. Pain forces adaptation. Pain forces transformation. And transformation is never comfortable. The version of you that exists today is not the final version. The person you are right now is not who you are meant to remain. Read that again. You are under construction. The fear you feel? It's temporary. The confusion you feel? It's temporary. The exhaustion, the self-doubt, the heaviness in your chest? Temporary. But what you are becoming, that lasts. Pain is breaking the old version of you because the old version can't carry what's coming next. You can't step into a bigger life with a smaller mindset. You can't handle greater responsibility without deeper strength. You can't reach higher levels without first being tested at lower ones. That's why the pressure is increasing. That's why the weight feels heavier. That's why the struggle feels endless. You are being upgraded. Why pain targets the ones with potential? Have you ever noticed something strange? The strongest people often have the hardest stories. The ones who inspire millions didn't live easy lives. The leaders, the fighters, the creators, they were all shaped by struggle. Pain doesn't choose randomly. It targets potential, because potential without pressure stays dormant. A diamond is just carbon under pressure. Remove the pressure, no diamond. Your pain is pressure, and pressure reveals value. If life is testing you, it's because life sees something in you worth testing. The loneliness that builds inner power. There will be moments when you feel completely alone. Moments when no one understands you. Moments when your phone is silent. Moments when even the people you trusted disappear. And that loneliness hurts. But loneliness has a purpose. It disconnects you from noise. It forces you to hear your own voice. It teaches you how to stand without leaning on others. Because the truth is this: you cannot lead if you always need company. You cannot rise if you fear standing alone. You cannot become powerful if your strength depends on validation. Loneliness teaches self-reliance. Self-reliance builds confidence. Confidence creates leaders. The moment you wanted to quit. Let's talk about the moment you almost gave up. The moment you said, "I can't do this anymore." The moment your energy was gone. The moment your hope felt fake. That moment matters. Because that moment is the threshold. Most people quit there. Most people turn back there. Most people choose comfort over calling right there. But those who push through that moment, they cross into a different reality. Pain intensifies right before growth. Just like muscles burn before they get stronger. Just like storms rage before the sky clears. You were not meant to quit there. You were meant to break through. Pain teaches discipline when motivation fails. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is intentional. Pain teaches discipline. When motivation disappears, discipline remains. When excitement fades, discipline continues. When the world stops clapping, discipline keeps you moving. Pain forces you to do things without applause. It teaches you how to work in silence. It teaches you consistency. And consistency beats talent. Consistency beats luck. Consistency beats excuses. The strongest people aren't the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. You are being prepared for a role you can't see yet. You don't see it now. You don't see how this suffering connects to your future. You don't see why life had to be this hard. You don't see why the path is so lonely. But one day you will. One day, someone will look at you and say, How did you survive that? And your story will become someone else's hope. Your scars will become proof. Your pain will become wisdom. Your survival will become leadership. You are being prepared for a role that requires depth, empathy, resilience, and strength. Shallow people cannot carry heavy purpose. The pain that didn't kill you built you. You are still here. After everything, the betrayal, the failures, the rejection, the loss, you are still here. That alone means something. Pain tried to break you. Life tried to stop you. Circumstances tried to define you. But you're still breathing. That means the story isn't over. That means the lesson isn't finished. That means the purpose is still unfolding. This is not your end. This is your training. What feels like punishment is preparation. What feels like delay is development. What feels like suffering is strengthening. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And planted things grow. When breakdown becomes the doorway, there comes a moment in every transformation where you don't just feel tired. You feel empty. Not physically, emotionally, spiritually. The kind of emptiness where you sit in silence and don't even know what to pray for anymore. The kind of emptiness where your dreams feel distant and your strength feels borrowed. That moment scares people because it feels like the end. But listen carefully. That emptiness is not the end. It's the clearing. Life is making room. Before something new can rise, the old must collapse. Before something stronger can emerge, something weaker must fall apart. Breakdowns are not failures. They are transitions. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding what no longer fits. Why life strips you before it elevates you. Before life elevates you, it strips you. It removes people. It removes comfort. It removes certainty. It removes illusions. Why? Because what you carry determines how high you can rise. If you are full of ego, you can't grow. If you are full of fear, you can't lead. If you are full of excuses, you can't evolve. So life empties you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. A heavier destiny requires a lighter soul. The day you stop asking, why me? At some point, you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift changes everything. Because pain loses its power the moment it gains meaning. You realize, you were rejected to learn self-worth. You were delayed to build patience. You were hurt to develop empathy. You were challenged to uncover strength. Pain stops being your enemy and becomes your instructor. And instructors don't stay forever. They stay until the lesson is learned. Pain builds the muscle called resilience. Resilience is not built in comfort. It's built when you fall and stand back up. It's built when you lose and keep moving. It's built when life says no, and you refuse to surrender. Resilience is the quiet power that says, I've been here before, and I survived. Every time you survive pain, you add weight to your emotional strength. And one day, something that would have destroyed you before won't even shake you. That's growth. The power of silent progress. Some of the most important progress happens in silence. No announcements, no applause, no recognition. Just you, fighting battles no one sees. And that's where real power is built. Because when you learn to work without validation, you become unstoppable. You stop needing permission. You stop waiting for approval. You stop depending on motivation. You move because it's who you are now. You are being shaped for impact, not comfort. Comfort creates followers. Pain creates leaders. Leaders understand struggle because they lived it. Leaders speak with authority because they earned it. You are not meant for a small, comfortable life. You are meant for impact. And impact requires understanding pain, not avoiding it. The depth of your influence will match the depth of your suffering. The moment you realize you're stronger than you thought. One day, you'll look back and realize, I didn't think I'd survive that, but I did. And in that realization, something shifts. Fear loses control. Doubt weakens. Confidence rises. Not arrogance, confidence. The kind that comes from experience, not ego. The kind that says, I know what I'm capable of now. Turning pain into purpose. Pain that stays inside you destroys you. Pain that's transformed becomes purpose. Your experiences weren't meant to end with you. Someone needs what you survived. Someone needs the lesson you learned the hard way. Someone needs proof that it's possible to rise. Your pain is not a dead end. It's a bridge. The future you is watching you right now. There is a future version of you watching this moment. That version knows the strength you're building, the patience you're learning, the discipline you're developing. That future version is proud, even if you don't feel proud now. Don't quit on the person you're becoming. Why this had to hurt this much? Because lesser pain wouldn't have changed you. Because easier paths wouldn't have prepared you. Because the life waiting for you requires someone stronger, wiser, and braver than who you used to be. This pain had to be deep because your purpose is deep. The moment, everything changes. Everything changes the moment you decide, I will not let this break me. That decision is power, not confidence, not clarity, not certainty. Decision. And once that decision is made, pain loses control over your future. You are not late. You are loading. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are loading. Strength is loading. Wisdom is loading. Clarity is loading. And when the time is right, it will all make sense. The final message. Remember this. You were not chosen for pain because you are weak. You were chosen because you are capable. You are not suffering for nothing. You are training for something bigger. So stand up, even if your knees shake, even if your heart feels heavy, even if the road is unclear. Stand up anyway, because what's coming next requires the version of you that pain is creating.